Bayern Munich won 3-0 against Werder Bremen, and who is to score goals for them than Harry Kane? I'm so happy for this player. This guy played for Tottenham Hotspur. He scored a lot of goals and he failed to win at least a single trophy for them and for himself. And for me, I feel as a quality player that he is, he deserved to at least win one trophy, if not for Spurs, for any other team. So he moved from Tottenham Hotspur. And sometimes when a player make this kind of decisions, fans don't understand. The fans will think that they're making it for selfish reasons. However, he gave so much to that club, and the club was not going in the direction that we, showed to him then that the future was bright, and we can now see that he made the right decision because right now is playing for Bayern Munich, and Bayern Munich is known for winning the league year in, year out. Last year, they failed to win because Bayer Leverkusen of Alonso were very good, and they won the league. So this season, Vincent Kompany and the likes of Olise and Harry Kane are making sure that they maintain their lead on top of the table and work towards winning the league. And I will be very happy if Bayern can actually go ahead and win this league because Harry Kane deserves to win a league title. He is a fantastic player, a goal scorer. So going into this team and playing very well, he's scoring goals here and there. So I'm very happy for him. Olise also, I'm happy coming from Crystal Palace that I don't think anyone will give them an opportunity when it comes to winning a trophy. And going to Bayern Munich, chances of him winning trophies are very high now. So I'm very happy for them. They won over the weekend, and Harry Kane scored 2 goals as Sané also scored a goal. They won 3-0 against Werder Bremen. In another match in European leagues that took place over the weekend was a match between PSG and Monaco. PSG also, we know them. They've dominated the league for so long now. So if they are on top of the league and they're winning matches, it's not a surprise because a lot of people are expecting them and to win it. And, as they are expecting them to win it, they're not disappointing so far, even though there's some of their the quality players left the club. They still have quality because that is what money does for you. And if you build a culture of winning, you attract players rather with a winning mentality, and PSG are proving to continue winning. We don't know who's going to challenge them because the likes of Monaco, if you can be losing 4-0 against PSG, 4-1 rather against PSG, I don't know how they are going to be able to challenge PSG for the title. At the moment, it seems no one is challenging them. They are winning it. They are on top of the league with 10 points now. In another match that took place in Italian League, it was a match between Como against Juve. Juve winning that game 2-1. That guy again, Kolo Muani, can't stop scoring. He's been scoring week in, week out, and this is fantastic. He's doing very well for the Juve side. So they went away to Como. Como is managed by former Chelsea, Barcelona, and Arsenal player Cesc Fabregas, who is their manager at the moment. They lost that game and 2-1 against Juve. Moving into another match also that took place in the Italian league, there was a match between Verona and Atalanta. Atalanta and their talisman Demola, who is out injured with knee injury, and that did not prevent Atalanta from winning this game because they have a guy who is one of the best players right now in European football, and that is the person of Retige. Retige is doing a fantastic job. He's scoring week in, week out. But Lookman is out. That did not also deter him from making sure that Atalanta are taking 3 points. And he did not just score one. He scored 4 goals against Verona as Atalanta won that game 5-0. In another match in our soccer highlights for today, the game between Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid. This derby was played, and a lot of things were expected, especially understanding that Real Madrid on top of the league and everybody wanted them to win this game. However, they were unable to do that because Atletico is also a good side, and at the moment Real Madrid threw away their 7-point lead. They're now ahead of Atletico Madrid with just a point, and ahead of Barcelona with 2 points. I just hope that they understand what they're doing and make sure that they don't lose the league, because they were on top and everybody was beginning to think that this year is going to be their year. But you never know. Football, anything can happen. They played 1-1 against Atletico Madrid. It was a difficult game, so that result was not too much of a surprise to a lot of us out here, because we know Atletico also have so much quality in their team. So it was a very entertaining game and well deserved a result from the Atletico Madrid side. That game ended 1-1. In another match in the Spanish league was a game between Sevilla and Barcelona. Barcelona traveled to Sevilla, and it was a tough game. Before these games were tough games for Barcelona, but it seems that they've discovered their form. They're playing very well now with a young squad that is doing very well for themselves and for the entire team. The players are playing together now, so they seems to be understanding what the coach is telling them to do, and they won that game 4-1 against the Sevilla. All right, these are some of the games that we have for you. After the short break, we'll continue with the rest of the game. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Now let's take a look at some of the result in the FA Cup that was played. Remember, these past 2 weekends there was no Premier League games, so the FA Cup was on, and a lot of teams did very well for their teams. A lot of players did very well for their teams, and a lot of teams also collapsed at the end of the day, because some we know, some we don't know. But there was one particular game that was a surprise and a shocker to a lot of us. But I'm going to be talking about that game a bit later. But let's look at the results of some of the games that took place in the FA Cup over the weekend. The first match was a game between Everton and Bournemouth. Bournemouth winning that game at Goodison Park 2-0, and Everton are out of the FA Cup. In our next game, it was a game between Frank Lampard Coventry. They hosted Ipswich. Ipswich, a Premier League side, proved that they are indeed a good side, and they won that game 4-1 against Coventry. And Coventry are out of the FA Cup at this stage. In another match that also took place on Saturday, and I would like to say that this was expected, because we all know that right now everything seems to be wrong about this team. This team is not doing what the fans are expecting them to do, and I say these on this show a lot of times, and I'm still going to say that the problem that is happening in Chelsea right now, a majority of that problem is the ownership of the club. The owners are not thinking right. They don't understand what they're doing. And the second problem is the coach. The coach don't have the right mentality to coach this team. Remember, Chelsea were second on top of second to Liverpool rather on the league table, and Arsenal were behind them. And at some point, the whole media started thinking that with the way these guys are playing, they're actually title contenders. But the coach will come out each time they will ask him a question. I say that they're not ready. They're not ready. They are not ready. And the players, I also started getting to the players, because if you, who is the number one person in the team, being the coach, the manager, if you can come out and say to the players that, look, we are doing very well, so I think we can have a positive attitude that we're going to win this league, if we continue this way. So if any question being asked by the media, we have to be positive about it. If the media comes out and say that, or asked anyone that, are you guys in the title race? It's just for you to say to them, yes, we're going to win it. But the coach started saying that they are not in the title, they are not ready to win it, they are not, and the morale of the team started dropping. And we can see that affecting their play, affecting the players, affecting the mood of the entire team. And right now we've seen they're just a shadow of themselves, because Chelsea are out of the FA Cup. They're out of the FA Cup. They went to Brighton. And one shocking thing about this team right now is that they're finding it even difficult to score goals. So most of the goals that they're scoring now are own goals. They're not even scoring. The other teams are scoring for them. They played against Brighton. Brighton won that game at home 2-1. Chelsea once again took the lead like they did against Manchester City. They took the lead against Brighton. Brighton came back and scored, equalized immediately, and then scored the winning goal. Even the goal that Brighton conceded from Chelsea was a mistake from the goalkeeper. And now you look at this team and you ask yourself, there's so much potential in that team. However, they don't have the right mentality. They don't have the right mindset when approaching these games because the coach is telling them we are not ready. We have to build in 2 years. And now we can all see the result of building in 2 years. And you didn't have the owners that are so relaxed, the owners that don't understand what it entails to run a club like Chelsea. Why? I think the punishment that was given to Chelsea Football Club and the entire fans is making them have American owners. But these guys have zero idea of soccer, of what soccer is. They only think about basketball, and I think that is basketball and the American football. I think that is what they think about, and that is the challenge that Chelsea is facing at the moment because these guys are not doing. When Abramovich came to Chelsea, he came with the right mindset. He came with the fact that I'm investing a lot of money, and as I'm investing a lot of money, I need a result. Instant result is what I'm looking for. So he went for proven winners. The coaches that have won it before, the coaches that in the past were the best, and at that time that he hired them, they were the best to make sure that he wins for Chelsea, and they won. But these guys, they're just so. I don't even think they watch Chelsea games. I don't even think they have conversations with the coach. I think their own is they just hire a coach and then they went back to America and they just sit there and they start watching their American football or basketball and forget about soccer and forget about Chelsea without understanding that their fans are crying. Their fans are actually angry. The people that are making money for the club, the fans that are paying to watch, the fans that are investing their emotions are suffering. But you are so happy, you're so relaxed, you're so calm. There's nothing going wrong in your view. Hence, you allow a coach that can come and then be so confused with his tactics, with his approach, with his mindset, with his mentality. Everything is just so down with Chelsea at the moment, And I'm not even going to be surprised if if they end up not winning the Conference League, because I know for a fact that this coach will say 2 years is when they will start winning trophies or competing for trophies. How are you sure that in the next 2 years that you think you are preparing to be ready in the next 2 years, how are you sure that the likes of Arsenal are going to be sleeping, waiting for you? The likes of Spurs are going to be sleeping. Other teams are going to be sleeping, waiting for you to build your team in 2 years and come and start winning trophies. Why not just focus on what you see now? Why not focus on the performance of the team now? And make sure that the mistakes that are being made by these silly mistakes, you fixed it and win trophies for the club. At least give a performance that when you lose a match, the fans and everyone is going to be, excited. With you, you're so. Anytime you win, we know we can actually sit and point to the mistakes for you. We can point from the goalkeeper to the defenders, to the midfielders, to the attackers, to the wingers. We can point out the mistakes. If you come from your ideas, your formation, your tactical changes, we know where the problem is coming from. So why are you not fixing this problem? Why are you allowing the fans to suffer the way they're suffering at the moment? And then Chelsea will continue to lose games because your target is 2 years. Your target is not now. And because Chelsea don't have the right owners. They don't have the right owners. The people they have that are supposed to be owning clubs like Spurs. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to disrespect them, but we've known them for not winning trophies, so we can make reference to them. We are free to do that, right? And that is Chelsea for you. Anyway, in another game also that took place in the FA Cup that is a shocker to all of us. It was a game between Plymouth and Liverpool. Going into this game on paper, I'm so sure that everybody would have, said Liverpool or predicted that Liverpool were going to win this game, and they also faltered there. They fade, they fade to win against Plymouth. Plymouth beating Liverpool 1-0. It's a shocker for Liverpool. This is the year that you have an opportunity to, you are in the Champions League, you are on top of the league in the Premier League, you are in the League Cup final to be played against Newcastle United. You had an opportunity to go further in the FA Cup and, if possible, win all the trophies. There's nothing wrong if you can win all of them, but you lost against Plymouth. Plymouth, a team from Championship, a team that is struggling, a team that fired Wayne Rooney because he could not give them positive results. They were losing games. All right, we've come to the end of Soccer Highlights with myself, Emi Akura. Until I come your way again with a lot of soccer stories and scores. Stay blessed.